quite a while since I have posted stuff related about pregnancy. Typically I tend to do you know, updates and stuff like I did with my last baby, but this time it's very, very different. I have just opened a salon. I am super busy in the salon, working on my own clients, and it is also holiday time. Today I'm filming, it is December 26th. So there's been a lot going on, but I still want to do these pregnancy updates because I know so many of you guys are following the journey of us having our second baby. He is going to be 20 weeks tomorrow, and his name is going to be Arrow Matthew. So just like the bow and arrow, Arrow Matthew. And we have had a pretty great pregnancy so far, but of course there's been the pros and cons to every pregnancy. So I'm going to share with you guys a little bit about some of the stuff that we've gone through, where I'm at right now, and then kind of just any other thoughts that I have. This is an update video, so I feel like it's just kind of one of those things where I just talk a lot and you guys hang out with me and just kind of go through this pregnancy with me. So I'm gonna sit back a little bit and get a little bit more comfortable. I'm gonna bring this down so you guys can actually see my face. So I'm using two different apps. I have two pregnancy apps that I like to use. One is called The Bump. I'm gonna throw that up here so you guys can see the app that I'm using. The Bump is really great. I like this app because it's super simple. I did not have to pay for these apps. They give you kind of like a little breakdown of how big your baby is, some news reads, stuff like that. And if you go to view the current week that you're at, I love how it gives you like a little tiny breakdown about like what's going on about your baby through that week. But my favorite app is going to be the Pregnancy Plus. Again, I'm going to put that up right here for you guys. I love the Pregnancy Plus app so much because I think it is so neat how when you log on, it's going to show you kind of like a virtual idea of what your baby looks like at each stage. So this is like very, very real. When you click on it, it will actually go to like the visual of your baby. You can turn it around and look at what it looks like. I think that is so neat. It also has an option for you guys to hit the info, and it'll give you little tiny tidbits of information for that week. So like this week, my baby is still starting to develop regular sleep patterns, and I'll start to become aware of them. So I'll start to notice when he's kicking, when he's not kicking. So it will show me, oh, baby's having a little bit of a rest. The reproductive organs are starting, so since it's a boy, his reproductive organs are starting to descend. One of those things. I had a girl before, now I'm having a boy, so it's different. Gaining weight. So at this point in your baby's development, most of the energy is utilized in gaining weight. So it's cool that it shows you all of that type of stuff. I love that it's virtual. Like you can actually see the little bones growing and all of that stuff. So it's been really neat to follow that along with pregnancy from the very beginning. I also love that it tells you, if I can get it a little easier, it tells you the day and your week. It also tells you what trimester you're in and then exactly how many weeks and days pregnant you are, which I feel like is helpful because we lose track all the time. Then you can click on the little baby section and it will tell you like daily, weekly images, size, timeline, different stuff like that. And then you can click me, and what I like about me is that you can kind of see how big your belly grows as you get bigger. So like getting a little bit smaller, you can start to see like, well, if I can actually click it, you can start to see like the baby growing in your tummy and how that works. I think it's just a really, really neat app, and it will tell you the size of your baby, appointments, all kinds of information and stuff. So the Pregnancy Plus app is definitely one of my favorites. Going through this pregnancy, we had a little bit of scare in the beginning. I did have a few days of bleeding, and I went in for early ultrasounds for that. They couldn't find anything wrong. And at first I thought that I was having a miscarriage, and it was really scary. I actually was very open on my Instagram. I posted this on there, and it had so many of you guys praying, and it was really incredible to see the community of people that I have grown close to also go, you know, from like doing hair, also following along my baby's journey. So because I've had a lot of friends go through miscarriages, go through loss, all kinds of stuff from different various reasons, and I want to I wanted to bring a light to that, because I wanted to share in the now what I was dealing with, because it's one of those things where I feel like obviously it's totally your choice of what you want to do while you're having a baby, and the scares that you go through if you do experience any. But I think that as women and as people, for us to be able to share that with someone, whether it is with a close family member, with your best friend, with your husband, whoever it is, your partner, whatever it is, I think it's so important for us to actually acknowledge when we are going through pregnancy issues or things like miscarriage, because so many people keep it quiet and hush hush. And I feel like having quite a few of my close friends going through issues of that, and also infertility and things like that, I just think that it's something that if we're able to have a few people know about it, obviously you don't have to go and share a post like I did on Instagram, but being able to have just people there for you and encouraging you and being able to be on that journey no matter what happens, I think can be really, really healthy. I had a very, very close person to me go through loss, and this person is obviously, like I said, very, very close to me. We went through everything together, and watching that happen, I can see it's just, why am I talking so much about this? I feel like because I have a platform where I'm able to talk to so many women, that I feel like this is the perfect opportunity for me to share as an example that sharing what you go through does not mean that you're a failure, that you're weak, that you can't have a baby, that you can't do anything. It just means that you're going to open up yourself to be able to have other people care for you and acknowledge what is going on, because sometimes people will say insensitive things and don't even realize what you might have just gone through. So that's a little side fact, but we did go through a scare. I was bleeding for 3 to 4 days, went in for ultrasounds. They couldn't find anything negative. I did blood tests, everything came out back positive, so I was a very lucky one. Now I am looking at being 20 weeks pregnant tomorrow, so we have had no scares. My doctor, we just had our anatomy scan, and my doctor said that everything that's in this pregnancy has been super healthy. My blood work came back really well. I don't have anything extra that I have to do. I have been a little bit sick, but as I said, we're having a boy. So my pregnancy from Willow to this little boy is so different. With Willow, I wanted like tacos and salad and fruit and just like watermelon. I wanted a lot of watermelon and root beer and stuff like that. With this baby, you guys, I want potatoes. Okay, I want potatoes, I want hamburgers, I want hot dogs, I want sushi. Obviously I can't eat sushi, I don't normally eat it. I want sandwiches. I want more potatoes and more potatoes and more potatoes. Any type of potatoes, whether they're fried, whether it's a baked potato, whether it's potatoes by themselves. I just want potatoes. So on the flip side of that, that means that you can gain a lot of weight. But with this baby, I have so far have only gained 3 pounds. I have been sick. The food has been different from Arrow to Willow, and also my sickness has been different. So with this baby, I think I've thrown up about, I don't know, we would say like 10 to 15 times. With Willow, I had already thrown up, gosh, I don't even know how many times. I was throwing up at least 3 times a day, so it was pretty brutal. I'd lost 16 pounds in the beginning. So I'm literally gonna try to total that up times 8 weeks times 7. That's a lot of throwing up. I'm not going to tell you guys how many times I threw up, but it was like into the hundreds. It was pretty bad. So this baby, I'm doing a lot better with that. I think I'm through the major nausea, major stuff like that. I did have a lot of nausea, a lot of just being tired. I still am going through tired, sleepy spells. I have to eat at certain times, and I can only eat a little bit, but I'm able to eat more than when I was pregnant with Willow. I think just because I was so sick. So that's kind of just the gist of it. We are preparing for having a second baby, and it kind of, no lie, freaks me out of having a 2-year-old and then also having a little baby, because we took Willow to the park yesterday, and I was sitting there thinking, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a baby on me, and then I'm gonna have to go chase my daughter around everywhere. So that is gonna be really interesting. But I know there's moms out there with like tons of kids, and they do it so well, and everyone is so different. How the way parent is so different. So I'm excited to see how I handle having multiple children. That's going to be a very interesting thing. But this pregnancy, I feel so much more at ease, I think, because I know kind of what's happening. I know what to expect. This time around, we actually are doing a cesarean delivery, so we are not going to do a VBAC. A VBAC is like vaginal birth after doing a C-section. If you guys want to watch my birth video, I'm going to put the link for all of our playlist for Willow's pregnancy journey in here. But I did end up an emergency C-section, and with this baby, because of the reason why I ended up in emergency C-section, my pelvic bones being too narrow, and my OBGYN basically explaining like you're not going to be able to physically have a baby on your own. So we're opting for another C-section because I was so brutally worn out from that birth. Obviously, having a baby is not easy, but this time around I want to do it smart. I don't want to put stress on us, undue stress and all of that. So we're going to be going in for a C-section. We actually get to schedule that out. So our due date is like May 16th, 17th. And then we're going to be going in for a cesarean on May 10th. So we have a date set, which I'm really excited about. And we will be going in a week before his due date, which with Willow, I went 9 days past my due date. So it was a long time waiting for that little baby, like somehow some people experience, but this time we actually get to go in early and have a planned out thing, which I know not for everyone. Some people want to do natural. I would love to have done natural, but that's just not in the cards for me. So this time I get to go in, just do my surgery, have my baby, and not go through the stress of my first birth experience. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I'm looking forward to not being so groggy like I was with Willow's birth. So that's kind of just what I wanted to share with you guys of pregnancy, where I'm at right now. Obviously I'm getting out of breath because I'm sitting here talking to you guys, but everything's gone so well so far, and I'm really thankful. I'm on like a countdown now because I'm halfway there, so I have 19 more weeks until we meet this little boy, and I'm just wow, do you see that? I'm literally yawning because I'm like, wow, it's so much longer. But I feel like this time has actually gone by pretty fast. So yeah, I'm very thankful. Mommy and baby are healthy, and my daughter's so excited. She knows that there's baby in mommy's tummy. She kisses the baby, she asks to see the baby, stuff like that. And then when babies are born on TV, she's like, oh, baby. So she's totally starting to acknowledge that there's going to be another little life. I don't think she realizes how that's going to disrupt her life from being an only child, but I'm excited to see how she is, because she's very independent. She wants to help with everything, so I know she's going to be a little helper with Arrow. So all right guys, that is about all I can talk today. I need to go get myself a glass of water and take a breather, and I will see you guys later on. I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are, and if you are going through pregnancy stuff or you're pregnant right now, I wish you the best. If you have been trying to get pregnant, I wish you the absolute best. I know that pregnancy is hard just from trying to get pregnant. So I just want to send you guys some encouragement and love, and acknowledge that if you have gone through loss or something like that, you are not alone, and there is no explanation for sometimes when that happens. But know that if you haven't shared it with anybody, that when you do, you are going to be loved on so much. And I can't say anything to make it better, but I do want to say that I have a heavy heart for you, in that you are not, there's nothing that you are doing or could have done to obviously have changed how that happened now. But I just want to send you some encouragement and love, and say that, you know, as women, we're in this together. So I wish you the absolute best. Bye guys.